I get questions once in a while about how to get into drawing or how to draw Space Marines, and my response is usually practice learning one technique until you feel very comfortable with it. You don't have to master it, just comfortable enough, and then learn another technique and practice that one until you feel also comfortable with that. And the idea there is that you build a sort of toolkit of techniques. There's so many different ways to draw and to make images that there's no one way that no one technique that can work everywhere. And so it's really good to imagine drawing not so much as just a kind of superpower some people have, but as a series of operations that people have studied. I usually like to think of drawing as having something similar to dancing, where some people need a little more training than others, but most everyone starts with just a few basic steps and then they add a few other things, and before you know it, they're kind of mixing and matching different operations and doing something kind of spontaneous and just muscle memory. And I think that's what I like about drawing. Here, why I say that here is because you're going to see me do a couple different methods to try to make these drawings. I really wasn't sure how I was going to make these Astartes film inspired images, but I thought I just kind of try to tackle it with the techniques I have at the moment and see where it goes. And the roadmap that I've charted out in this video is kind of generic for what I did, but really I'm jumping back and forth between line drawings, shading, tones, to drawing the whole figure, to zooming back in to draw the whole face, to rendering out little details here, to doing construction lines to make sure the geometry is more or less visually accurate. And it's something that has taken, some time to build up, but it's something that I try to tell people when they're starting out, that first you have to just kind of learn a few basic steps and then a few more and then a few more, and before you know it, you'll start just intuitively jumping around between techniques to build whatever image that may be in your mind. As for more specifics with this drawing, I just wanted to draw a Mark 5 Space Marine, and I thought it would be interesting to see it rendered out with the kind of Astartes look. It takes a long time to make these images, mostly because it's a lot of blending and then a lot of redrawing the details that got blended out. And yeah, and then adding a lot more detail than I usually add. So one of these drawings takes about 2 or 3 Sisters of Battle portraits that I've been working on. So they're not so easy to do, but I do like the end results of these. It just takes quite a lot of improvising, but also wrestling with the image to get something that I think looks kind of decent. And for this one more specifically, the general way I constructed the image was line drawing with tones and then a lot of blurring, a lot of detailing, blurring again, detailing again, blurring again, detailing again, constantly adding more details until I get something that I think is good enough. And I also wanted to play around with some things in the atmosphere to give it a sense of not only depth, but also just curiosity. And here it is. Thank you very much for watching.